Yo, it's your boy Rush. I'm in the building promoting my side hustle. If you're in the state of New Jersey, need armed guards or unarmed guards, just give me a call on my business line, or you can hit me up on the Instagram. Today I got a special guest. He go by the name of Samson Dread. He's definitely official like tissue. We about to bring him up, and you know what I mean, get this interview popping off. You heard? Hey, yo, Dread, let the people know who you are, give them the MO, and let them know what you about.
Bless up from Vest Up. What's the word, everybody? It's Dread, man. Infamous bodyguard coming from the U.S. Virgin Islands, man. We in
Word
there.
is born. Word, word. Yo, I know you in the private sector of doing executive protection, and like there's a lot of words in the street going around like you official like tissue out there, man. You be saving lives out there for real. My first question for you is, yo, what led you to get in the industry of being in the private sector? Talk to me.
Um, Basically started from the islands, you know what I mean? Being in the streets, you know what I mean? We toting guns in the islands from a younger age. You know, I lost my dad and stuff, street violence. And the day he died, I know I was going to be a gangster. And coming up in the islands, man, it's rugged, just like anywhere in the world. It's very rugged. You know, you go youth camps, and then you graduate to jail, and you know what I mean. My homies was outside, and we were stepping. So I was toting pistols, and I was real good at it. And I ended up coming to America, and I felt like I could walk in this business and walk over it. You know what I mean? Because I've been doing it. Not officially in the islands, but when I came to America, I said, let me tap in this industry. I can do it. You know what I mean? And I did.
Now, do you think that growing up in the islands got you conditioned to deal with a lot of your clients that's like um that deal with this climate in their
Yeah.
certain climates,
Yeah,
like
most
because
definitely,
you
man.
got some crazy
Nah,
stories,
like
man.
most definitely. The islands is why, like, we got a lot of OGs that did real shit, you know what I mean? And I came up under a lot of them, and being from where I'm from, that shit really did condition me. That's why I came through the game and I mastered the game, like, you know what I mean? But it was like some precision with it though. Like, if you understand the streets, I feel you can understand and overcome anything. I don't care where you is. I don't care if you're in Russia. You know what I mean? Once you know the street code and you just have a clear understanding, and most of all, you walking with God, like you're gonna be right.
Word up. Now, I know you're a professional at everything that you do. Um, can you tell us what was the process of you getting all your certifications?
Um, when I took a class, legal security class, it explains to you your job. A police and a security, their jobs are basically the same. The police is public security, and we're private security. You know what I mean? So it's just you sit down in a class for an hour, hour and a half, and you understand your role as a security, even though your security is still ways of coming about. You just can't pull out your pistol shot shooting people then. So taking the class teach you to be professional. So I wanted to enhance myself. I went and took a sharp shooting class. I'm certified for Glock 22, which is a 40. That's a big long one because I got big hands. And the state wanted a 240. I got a 238. I got a 96 on my test. And they basically teach you where to shoot. You know what I mean? To the abdomen or under the chest. They call them retreat. You're either gonna retreat or lay down when you get hit there. So when I step to the game, a lot of people just have experience as far as they conceal a weapon. You know what I mean? I went and I did the classes alongside with my knowledge of the street. You know what I mean? Because I grew up among street shit, and people different sides, people in the weed game, people in the coke game. Like I've been on both sides. You know what I mean? And I took what I learned and I took it and I flipped it into something I like doing. And that was it. I got into the game.
Now, do you think you'll ever start up your own security firm,
Yeah,
or how soon you think you'll do that?
my business is up for a long time. I operated as an individual. I didn't had my business, but I now do Black Samson Security. You know what I mean? I'm working on expanding like armed driving, armed transportation. You know what I mean? Because the game, to me, the game is rigged now, man. It's not as sweet and nice as it was when I started back in 2014. I think it's now is so watered down and it's so kind of predictable and a lot of shit is so unnecessary. You know what I mean? It's still a business and we got to treat it like a business. You know what I mean? And but saying it's not too bad. It's cool. The game is cool, but I'm just saying, like, as you grow and you keep doing something, you gravitate. You emerge. You want to do better than you was doing 5 years, 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So, I feel I'm very seasoned at what I do. So, I started my business, Black Samson Security.
Man, that's remarkable. Now, what are some of the pros and cons? I know because I'm in the same field as you. So
Yes.
what are the pros and cons on being in this game, man? Because this game could be really cutthroat when you're dealing with certain clients, man. Talk to me.
Um, The pros and con is a good is a very good business. You make good money, but a lot of the rules are being broken. I spoke with some bodyguards. I tell them we need to set like a union for us. Because I'm just saying, if you used to be injured, they just go ahead, hire the next one, and it's on to the next one. You know what I mean? In a bad situation I was in, I got shot saving a client and didn't receive no compensation, no hospital bill, no thank you, no raise, no advancement. And that's when I started to watch the hip hop game like in a different scenario is like I should just watch you emerge or grow as a person, advance, and if you sell 1 million records, you get a platinum plat, and you watch them have the parties and they bring out the platinum plat because the label just sold 1 million records, they invested in you, so they're gonna have a party. You know what I mean? So where's my medals if I'm shot or I cross the line? You know what I mean? And when I see there's not too much benefit because not every client is like that though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna speak down in the game. They do have good people, but sometimes you meet them already with their crew. You know what I mean? And they're not gonna drop their people to, they fuck with you. You know what I mean? But it got good and it got bad to it, but that's when you become wise, a little more wiser, and that's what happened to me. Being in the game 14 years, I pick and choose my clients now, and if it's not worth it, I'm not messing with it. If the money's not right, I'm not messing with it. You can have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not worth it because you're putting your life on the line, and a lot of these industry cats, they have access to budget money, so
Yeah,
it's
from the
nothing
label.
to make up something and to funnel the money to
Yeah, one
compensation.
show, one show they pay. That's your payroll for the year. One show
Right.
on Wall
You know
Street.
what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
So it,
Niggas
it
want
just it
deals
just
but you sit back and I don't pocket watch. But bro, if you're gonna drop 8, 9, 10 bands, 20 bands of Versace Gucci, bro, you definitely can handle me and get me out of the way. You know what I mean? And I'm not pocket watching because I don't pocket watch. I learn to work for what I want, but at the same time I know what I'm worth. And that's what these I guess they think security should be like crash dummies. That's why I mess with some clients and I don't because they can't control me. They can't carry me the way they want to carry me now. I'm not with it. You know what I mean? I'm here to give you a service. You know what I mean? And with that service, I expect mine's on the rebound. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them, they play games. And I used to be a street dude, man. So a lot of this stuff you're rapping about, I actually lived it. You know what I mean? So is cool on some ends, and in some cases, man, I just turn away like I'm fine. I walk away. I'm cool because I already know what's gonna happen or how it's gonna play out.
Now, what advice would you give to a young man that's trying to get into this field? Do you think it's mandatory to know the laws before you get into this kind of field?
Yes, that's one thing my mom taught me as a kid. Understand yourself in the scheme of things. You have to understand what you're signing up for. You know what I mean? And once that's understood, because a lot of people sometimes they throw away their lives going the extra mile or even, doing too much. That's just something we call it right now. You're doing too much. And some people lose their freedom, some people lose their life. So I advise anybody coming in the game, like, get your credentials so you be paid what you're worth. And study the game, study your client. That's what I do. Any client I go for, I go online and I look up what beef, who he's beefing with city he's not good in, so I understand what I'm walking into. You know what I mean? But my advice is just get your credentials and keep emerging. And if something ain't working out for you, don't ignore the signs. Just roll with the flow. You know what I mean? Because something is always there for you. You know what I mean?
I think as a company, when you're dealing with some of these A lister rappers,
Yeah.
yo, salute to you, Don Philly. I see you in the building. I think it's mandatory to work out some type of insurance policy, man, because a lot of these entertainers have serious beef within certain communities or whatever, and sometimes you may have to deal with some of the repercussions. They might, disrespect another camp, and their entourage might, have a few goons that's
Yeah.
about that action, and yeah, man, I think it should be on the state law that certain entertainers should provide some type of level of insurance, man.
This
'Cause,
sure. That's how I'm
I mean,
operating right now. A contract, and my contract's gonna be like 6 months to a year. I ain't got no time for this. You here this weekend, you're not here this weekend, or you know what I mean? Let's lock in and let's make it happen. You know what I mean? Because I did it, you know what I mean? I'm qualified for it. I started off with YoungJeezy. It was 4 securities, and I ended up being the number one security that moved Jeezy. So it was me, Jeezy, his camera guy, or his manager. You know what I mean? We didn't, and not because I'm the hardest person, just because I know protocol and I know how to move. You know what I mean? And if it's time to go, we gonna go and get busy. But if it doesn't require it, you know what I mean? Because our job as bodyguards is to disengage, not to engage. And that's what a lot of brothers got to understand. Like, you go to a venue, I'm not, say if I come Jersey or New York, I'm not gonna try to walk through the crowd and muscle everybody and get myself into some unnecessary shit. Nah, I'm gonna ask for the club's 4 best security or 6, you know what I mean, 6, 8 securities, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm with you tonight. I'm gonna stay with my client. Take me to the backstage. Take me to the room. Show me the bathroom. But I'm here with you, so I'm gonna roll accordingly. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of cats just need to understand with the game too. And contracts is dope, but some of them are fussy. They don't like to, like, they want you to respect like a cease and desist. They want you to sign that so you don't speak on nothing that you see. But now if you provide a contract like, yo, this is this and I need a deposit, and it's like, so the game is bananas, bro. Like, it's weird. You seeing this shit right now. You seeing this shit with Didi. You know what I mean? The game is, hip hop is somewhere else right now. You know what I mean? It's not what it used to be. You know what I mean? It's really fugazi if you really ask me. But it still got good cats out there though. So I'm not gonna speak it all the way down like it's just a bad thing. Like, nah, I just have some bad people involved. They're not practicing what they preach. You know what I mean?
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, man. The game is definitely different now, not the same like back in the day. Now as a because I know when you dealt with Jeezy, you came as an employee, but now that you're an official security company, was it hard for you to get the insurance policy for your company? Because I know a few heads that they be going through hoops trying to get that insurance policy for your company.
Nah, it all depends. It's like you just gotta know where you're going at and how you setting up. I mean, you got different policies. I guess some people be going for the ultimate, to reap benefits, and that shit is kind of something like credit. You know what I mean? You got a 560, you can't go get a house for 400 or 500,000. You know what I mean? You gotta stay within. You know, something's gonna come out of it, but you gotta stay within. You know what I mean? But
I
you
know what
just
you got
got
to stay within your reach that
yes,
capable of
yes,
getting that. Yeah.
yes. You know what I mean? That's all it is because it has something for everybody now. You know what I mean? It got something for everybody. You know what I mean? So
Word, word. Now, okay. Now, I know Jeezy was your client, and I want to know what was going through your head when you actually saved his life, pushing him out the way, and catching that slug on his behalf. Um, how did you not panic through that situation, man? Like,
um,
like talk to me.
I've been shot 10 times before in the islands. So I already know what they feel like. You know what I mean? I already know how to doctor myself. And, I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying, like, when you're under the care of God, you're under the care of God. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've been shot 10 times before. So when I got shot, it was like a regular day, but I knew like this time when I got shot, I was really bleeding like excessive. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, I might have hit a artery. You know what I mean? But the footage is out there. I handled myself. You know what I mean? I carried myself, but that was just based upon experience, though. You know what I mean? That wasn't me like trying to be a tough guy or you know what I mean? That was just based off of experience.
Man, I could imagine. Yo, salute to you, Raz girl. I see you in the building. I could imagine going through that, man. I mean, because it's like there's the laws could jam you up if you're not following there's either the laws protocol or whatever company you're working for protocol. You can get jammed up. So it's always good to be wise on knowing the laws within the state that you're working in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like New York, you gotta be up in New York. They talk about passing it, but they ain't pass it. But New York don't respect
Nah, New
nobody
York is too
license.
strict. I'm in
You know
I'm
what I
in
mean?
Jersey, so I already know
Yeah.
how strict it is. Know what I mean?
That's what I gotta do. I touch it in Jersey and I come through the tunnel. You know what I mean? Come in
Yeah.
Manhattan. But I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Not I know like weird shit, but at least I know my pistol is right there though. You know what I mean? But I don't mess around with New York because they don't. And New York is different. And when I said that, I met the hip hop police. You know what I mean? And that was wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was that was wild. The one cat, I don't know if he's still going. He walked in and he bumped into my hip, bro. And I was getting ready to grab him, like, yo, what the fuck? But my vibe just hit me. I was like, this guy bumped me in my hip. That's not no regular shit. If somebody bump you, they're gonna bump into you, but he bumped my hip. So I was like, yo, that's hip hop police. You know what I mean? And then you see the white fusion, the undercover shit come around the corner. You saw the white guy, me and him used to always tongue wrestle, but I ain't had my pistol on me. But it was different. Like New York rappers, they go through a different shit with that hip hop because they got watch, feds, undercovers, and still the hip hop police. You know what I mean? So that was very interesting, like meeting them for the first time. You know what I mean? They came off quite aggressive, but I understood. It took me a while, though, but I almost grabbed dude though. But I registered in my head like, yo, this got to be hip hop police.
Word up. Yeah, New York is definitely different, man. Yeah, you're right about that. My next question for you is, did you ever get a chance to build a good rapport with Flip Puller and Blood Raw? Because I know they had a house over there in Camp Creek, and once a month Jeezy will come through with the Bentley Coupe and kick it with them. You know what I mean? I actually knew Ruben, which was Blood Raw's road manager back in the day.
I came around a little bit after all of that calmed down. I really met Sick Puller. Sick Puller, good dude. Slick Puller, good dude. I rock with Slick Puller.
Yeah, Slip Puller, mad cool,
I met
mad
I
cool.
met Blood Raw a couple of times because he came to events, but I don't know him. You know what I mean? Or sometimes people be like, what was like with the Jeezy Gucci Man beef, and I was like, I came after that. You know what I mean? I was in Atlanta though when it was the shit going back and forth. I remember being in Atlanta with when they had a billboard up with Meech having a party with exotic animals, yo. You know what I seen that? And I can talk about it now, bro. I thought about Blow. You remember that fucking scene when he had a party with the Pee Wee Herman cat and they all
Yeah,
reunited for a while
yeah.
and then the fucking feds, like, bro, when I seen that, because I was from the islands, I was watching the BMF movement from in the islands of Virgin Islands. And yo, them is street cats. You know what I mean? And then when I seen, the exotic animals at Magic City party, whatever it was, yo, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Not like speaking down on the cats, but that was some next level shit. I already know cops was gonna be there, like, you know what I mean? But I was in Atlanta, a lot of stuff took place because I lost a brother in Atlanta, some island shit. He got shot and he died in a club. So that's what actually brought me to ATL. You know what I mean? So I came up here on some gangster shit and God direct me in a part where I ended up turning into a bodyguard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember the whole BMF movement, man. I mean, because when I lived in the 'cause I used to live in Union City, Georgia. So when I lived out there, I know they had a range from like I say about from 2000 all the way to like 2007 or something like that. And
Yeah,
I would see like people like when I used to go shopping at the Lenox Mall, I would
yeah.
see them, when the BMF changed and going shopping and stuff like that. I
Yeah, I
mean,
used to see them. I seen them. First time I seen them was actually seeing them was the All-Star weekend in Houston. You know what I mean? But I always seen Jeezy, Gucci Man, them in Atlanta though. T.I. them, you know what I mean? I was from the islands. I was just coming into Atlanta, but I seen them when Jeezy was chubby. You know what I mean? Slick Puller. I used to see them. Um, so being around it and actually coming into the industry, I think was dope. Me coming from such a small island, because my island, we only 32 square miles. You know what I mean? So to come from an island and to make it into the industry and not just make it actually just like making a name or setting myself as a brand in this big industry, I think is really dope.
yeah, I mean, in that kind of lane, there's so much room to grow, man. Like the sky's the limit. You just gotta put the work in. So
Yeah.
you do got some gatekeepers
Yes.
that might hate on the underdog, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Bro,
Like
they
they
try to
see you got
blackball me.
potential to grow, they just don't
They,
give you that
bro,
alley you, man.
They
Know what I
tried
mean?
blackball me. When me and Jeezy fell out. When we fell out, I fell out off of principle. Like, bro, I took a bullet, I pushed you out of the way, I saved your fucking life. Like, deal with me. You know what I mean? I had a car note, bro. If he paid that car note, I'd have been with Jeezy today. I didn't have a house. If he was like, yo, Dread, I put a down payment on a house for you, but you gotta pay it, bro, I'd have been with Jeezy today. That nigga say Dread has 25,000. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bro, I would have been with him, but it came with nothing. And I'm just saying, I'm not using my pride, but I came from the streets too, bro. And I be like verbal about it. Ain't no rap nigga could teach me about the streets. None. I don't care which one. None. You know what I mean? Because they talk so crucial and they so deadly, but where's your war wounds? Where's your bullet holes? Where's the record I can Google and see you was locked up? They don't have these perks. So there's a lot of capping, and I just saying if you're a boss, make boss moves. You know what I mean? The G's I grew up with in the islands, if I got shot saving their lives, bro, they would have took care of me. Those kind of people you keep. You know what I mean? You just don't treat those cops, because every crew got 100 niggas gonna shoot. They gonna kill, blow up bombs, you can shot me, all that shit. Who is ready to lay down their life or say, yo, I'm gonna take one for the team? Bow. There's not too many of them. No. You know what I mean? So I didn't respect how he dealt with me. And it wasn't me standing on pride, but I know my value. That's bullet 11. I done took 10 in the islands. You know what I mean? And for the right client, I'll take a next one. But I'm just saying, I ain't made out of steel now. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I just saying, if Jeezy died, knock on wood, I ain't wishing that shit. Because, like, the thing with me and him is not physical. It's not like if I see you, I'm going to do you something. It's like, nah, I just don't respect how you dealt with me. You know what I mean? And I got a right to feel like that. You know what I mean? I like, yo, bro, I'm just saying we got that rebel soul in us from the islands. Like we freed ourselves in the islands. We're not better than people in America, but I'm just giving you a history. We stand up for what's right. And it's gonna be a revolt if shit ain't right. You know what I mean? So that's all it was. I don't respect it, but my job is in like couple of venues and events I've been to. I see him. He watch me. I watch him. You Jeezy, I'm Dread. I'm with all that shit you with. You know what I mean? And I'm sure you are too. You know what I mean? But we maintain our distance. There's never no disrespect. I try to have us sit down like men though. But like I said, like you said earlier, gatekeepers. And somebody told me that a long time ago. Anyone step
Yeah.
down from around Jeezy, he said they're gonna box me out. They're not gonna let me in. And when I step down, that's exactly what they did. These dudes are suckers, yo. And it's weird because it's our own people. You know what I mean? The game is weird. You know what I mean? It's watered down. And I tried a couple of times, but one of his homeboys pulled me up and he was like, he's not gonna sit down with you because he's wrong and he know he's wrong. His homeboy told me that shit. This is a G, like, you know what I mean? And his big homie in California, because when the situation happened, a lot of people don't understand that song he put out about me, Expectations, that whole song is white lies. I don't know black people tell white lies, but the whole song is white lies. Yo, the promoter got killed a Friday. His promoter got killed Friday. They held us up. We couldn't go to the show in San Diego Saturday. This Saturday night we go to LA. I felt a bad vibes, bro. You know what I mean? Your intuition. I was like, I think we should go home, get out of Cali, because LA is mad with us. California is mad with us. A promoter just got killed in the Bay, and it's Jeezy's after party promoter. And they're saying security, you know what I mean? Everybody watching me weird because I'm the only security with tools on the bus, licensed tools. So everybody looking at me like, yo, Dre, look like he did that shit. And I'm looking at people like, man, you gotta be fucking crazy. The Saturday we went to LA. I got shot in my hand at the Suge Knight the Chris Brown party. The Sunday morning, this is protocol. And if you use a real street nigga, you understand what I'm saying. Or you just got plain common sense. I called Sunday morning. I'm like, yo, you coming to see me at the hospital so I could tell you what happened last night? You know what I mean? You almost was shot, but I took the bullet. That nigga told me, nah, he's going to the gym and he's going to do the last show, which was Sunday. But the feds and the agents, the DEA from the Bay, they seen all the shit. The promoter got shot. Then they see me again now on the news, fucking shot the Saturday. So they came from the Bay and was at the last show waiting for them. You know what I mean? So that shit what he said in the verse, I lost millions. I lost millions because that nigga left them guns on the bus. And then, yo, I called him the Sunday morning protocol and he denied me, bro. That shit felt fucked up when he told me he not coming to see me. And he went to and then people was there at the venue waiting. They didn't even get in the venue. They surrounded the bus, they ran up on the bus and they found my AK-47 on the bus and they locked them up. And then I got a phone call an hour after this, like, Dre, they coming to the hospital for you. I was like, they coming for me? I'm in the hospital shot. You know what I mean? But if they listened to protocol and came to the hospital, that would have never happened. Carter asked about my gun. You know what I mean? And maybe the bus would have go ahead and he would have came in a limo and that would have happened to the bus and he would have been in the hospital with me. You know what I mean? So that would have been the next time I would have saved him. But is man, this shit is watered down, bro. You know what I mean? A lot of shit could have been prevented. I didn't have to get shot. You know what I mean? But we went to the party. I got shot, and he didn't have to get locked up neither. But how does something happen Friday? Then your bodyguard, your main bodyguard, gets shoots the Saturday. Like, yo, 1, 2, 3. That shit went down. 1, 2, 3. I'm just saying, you suppose where's your intuition? You know what I mean? Like, yo, something is off. You know what I mean? But money sometimes make us think we beyond shit, and God sat him down. You know what I mean? All that shit he talked, severance pay and shit, all that shit is lies, bro. I was on payroll. I picked it up. I started to educate myself by the game because sometimes we work full weeks, and then sometimes he come out one day out of the week. And then I got 3 kids at the time. I had a wife, so it's 5 of us I'm providing for. One day pay is not going to take care of shit if bills is due on Friday. So I went on payroll. You know what I mean? I started understanding the business. I went on payroll. So once I turned in my sheet on Sunday, I was getting a check. So, I never received no lump sum pay or none of that shit from him. Like, I'm just deciphering the song because, like, I know people listen, they peep, they watch shit, and I got to speak my behalf. It's all bullshit, though. All that shit is bullshit. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, what was going through your head when you was in the hospital bed laying, and then you hearing that he's at the gym like nothing happened the other night? Like, to me, I think that's just kind of cold. You know what I mean, like,
Bro, that shit
I would
broke
have
my
came
heart.
and check up on because you saved my life, man. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
but what was crazy, right? He I think what caused attention is that somebody came back to the hospital and it was like, dude tried to throw you under the bus, Jeezy. So I'm like, oh really? I'm still got the bullet in my hand, waiting to be operated on. Suge Knight in the next room, he got like 8 shots. I could hear him, he was fucked up. And some sheriffs came in the room mean mugging me. I was like, what's up? It's like, we got to swap your hands. I like, swap my hands for what? I got shot. You know what I mean? And they asked the guy to remove himself. My guy Stone, that's his G dude too. Stone, he's from the Virgin Islands too. He just lived in America for a long time. And but he was like my guide. You know what I mean? He was my guide through the shit. He used to pull me up in game and keep me sharp around the shit. So he stepped out of the room to swap my hand. He came back in. He was like, "Yo, G's trying to throw you under the bus." So I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, he walk in the hotel room and try to tell niggas I ran leave him when I got shot. He like, Dread, a pussy nigga, you ran leave me. And his homeboy stood up because what he didn't know, I pushed 3 people out of the way. 3 made niggas with money. I pushed them out of the way and got shot. He didn't know. He think I just pushed him, but when I pushed him out of the way and I got shot, I told him to let's go because I was leaking. Like I told you, this is bullet 11. I know what bullets feel like. I know what the fuck I need to do. I need to get to the hospital. This nigga was playing dead on the floor when I was telling him let's go, and I walked off leaving because I'm leaking. I went and so my dude, he was like, Jeezy walk in the hotel, and his homeboy got up and said, "You a motherfucking liar." He said, "Dread, push us out the way." So I think right there, that's where the conflict of interest started. Like he felt aware about me. And he tried to say something negative about me, but thank God I pushed somebody else out the way and they got up. And this is his homeboy. I'm not gonna call his name at the right. I did, but you check my other interviews. But his homeboy told him, "You're a motherfucking liar." He told him, he accused him, he told him he's drunk. So I think that's where the problem arose. Like fuck me, he don't want to come and see me. But when he told me that shit felt fucked up though. Cause I'm a gangster and you practice and rap a lot of gangster shit and right now you're not living up to it. You know what I mean? So that shit hurt, you know what I mean, being where I came from, you know what I mean? That's fucked up. I mean, a nigga saved my life. I'm in the hospital right there with you when you open your eyes, like, yo, what happened last night? I want to know, you know what I mean? So him not coming to see me in the hospital, that's what caused him to get locked up. But in the song Expectations, he's telling you, I lost millions in the bus because you left them guns. You know what I mean? Like all lies. I called you. And to be honest, because people, information is golden. They knew California was watching them crazy because the Bay think we killed somebody. So really and truly, whether I said or not, if the guns was on the bus, they probably would have told me no. But it was really just keeping it there for their safety, just in case if something happened. Because the other security, he wasn't licensed. Rest in peace to King. That's the nigga out of Macon from where Jeezy's from. You know what I mean? Shout out to King, his family. King was a good dude, but he was a felon, so he couldn't conceal. So I was the only concealed, security on the whole tour, I should say. And that's we. But it's wild how we made the song. You know what I mean? But it's wild, bro.
I think he did that. Took a shot at you like that and to disparage your character, so that he can have the excuse to do you dirty. So
Yeah,
that way, when people hear the story, they be like, yeah, yeah, Samson is, he kind of
yeah,
fucked up. Yeah, he deserved it, but that's not the case,
yeah.
man. You
Yeah,
saved the
nah,
nigga
because
life.
I
You
had
know
the
what I
I had
mean?
the interviews. I had the interviews, and when he dropped that, something tell me to listen because I remixed his song too. When I'm not, I've been around the industry so long. I learn to do my own shit, but I don't bring it around the business. When I come to work, it's work. When I go home, you know, Clark Kent, I put on my cape and go do what I do. But that's on the level of my standings. And I listened to the song and I was like, it sounds good, and if you don't know any better, you're gonna believe it. So I went and I made a clip. I got mad views on my Instagram and YouTube from this shit. I put up when he was like, "My man's from the islands." I didn't understand what he was saying. He pushed me out of the way, and he got shot. Like, and I put together like 4 or 5 clips. And after his song played, anybody hired me is a damn fool. I put the little white kid. You probably seen it on the internet with the white kid be like a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit. So after the song played, that came in, and then the interviews played. So people was like, damn, this nigga's phony. How the fuck did he says this in an interview and then makes a song about you? So that's what they do though. They feel they got that reach. And shout out to a lot of people because they defended my name. Because they watched the interviews and they understood what was going on. And a lot of people call them out, and a lot of people that don't understand the game, they spoke on it, but you can't speak on something where you don't have experience about. You could just give an opinion, and that's what's happening. Opinion is butchering the truth right now as we speak. Right now, a person opinion is greater than the truth. A person that actually went through some shit. Somebody gonna sit back, just like they talk about Jesus, like, oh, he walk on water because he can't swim. That's your opinion, though. Try walking on water. Let me see you. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, bro, you know what I mean? But shout out to a lot of people because I was on tour Moneybag, and a lot of people walked up to me, bro, based upon my interviews, and I didn't want to be like the hardest. I don't play, but I just told the game I understand the game. I played in the game, and if we have to go left, we will. But if we don't, you know what I mean? It's not called for because war has casualties. Whether it's you, my side, your side, there's always casualties. Nobody wins. To me, nobody wins. Because I might look back for my best friend, my cousin, my brother, and they gone. And even I killed you 1,000 times, yo, my best friend, my homie is gone. You know what I mean? So, just speaking out and thinking out loud, I think it's all bullshit. I think one day we should sit down and he speak his piece and I speak my piece. You know what I mean? Because I did something noble and you're not going to make me feel like I didn't. You know what I mean? I've seen some rappers, I think me and Yellow Beezy, we got into it, but he's like, don't come around me that yellow nigga shit, nigga. I took 11 bullets. You know what I mean? You can't tell me how, oh, you signed up for it. I know I signed up for it, but where's the perks with it? Your girl give you good head, what you do? You get up and go next morning and buy a Louis bag, right? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, nigga, like you go to the army or you come back a green heart, a purple beret, like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying you get your trophies. What we bodyguards get when we get shot or we hold shit down? Nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that shit
I,
is wild,
I,
bro.
I think that's just cold hearted, man. On just saying that kind of response to you, man. Like you
Yeah.
saved them niggas' lives, man. Know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Nigga,
And
you got you here with your daughter and your sons, nigga, because of me. You know what I mean? And I don't want the glory like that, but I'm just saying, that's the bullet 11. I know what they feel like. You probably got shot and roll over and die, nigga. And then your music would have sold like Pac. You'd have been #1 trending. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on for your high horse. You know what I mean? I'm not no bitch. I wasn't asking for the world. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I need the moon, Jeezy. Like, nah, hey nigga, break me off. And the little things I tell you, a down payment on a house. I had a corner at a time. Cash that out. Bro, the simple things. You know what I mean? It's not all that shit. Or I made my way in the castle. I don't have to sit at the round table, but let me in, nigga. You know what I mean? I prove myself worthy. You know what I mean? Because this is what we here for. What is he rapping for? To be a star, to go gold, to go platinum, to receive Grammys. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So, like, the fuck am I? Chop meat? Like, bro, nah. You know what I mean? Nah.
I think within the industry that we're in, a lot of times the client will look at us like disposable products.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you gotta check them, let them know, like, yeah, hey, I'm here to, you know, protect you or whatever. But you don't don't get yourself into some bullshit that could be avoided, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah. Nah, real talk. Real talk. And what pulled me away with him? I went with a basketball player to Colombia. I made a band a day, bro. And I was on it 5 to 6 days, I think, but I made a band a day. And no questions was asked. When I turn in my invoice, no questions was asked. And this dude is retired. He's not even in the game, you know what I mean? And these dudes make bags and they playing like, you know what I mean? They playing, they pocket watching now. You pocket watching me. Or you want to break a deal with me like, I'm Dread, I'm me. Like, and what he said, and anybody hire me is a damn fool. Like, that's impossible. This nigga takes bullets and he's good with his hands. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like, bro, like,
Hey, yo,
and I'm just
speaking of
saying,
you being good with your hands, right? Now, yo, Jeezy caught a lot of clout on when you snatched up Rick Ross' chain. Like,
yeah,
tell me how that transpired, man. Talk to me, man.
I'm, yo, I'm a weird dude. I know how to, like, when I say that, if I'm mad, I know how to channel my anger, and I know what to like put it into. I just started. It was kind of a competition. It was 4 bodyguards. One main bodyguard did the hiring. It was 3 of us who was new. It was like so the position was up for grabs. It was like they want one security. So everybody's on their A game. They sent me to an exit to meet Jeezy, and that was the wrong exit. So I mixed my introduction, first being a bodyguard, BT Awards, Phantom pulling up, cameras rolling. That was my highlight. I missed that. But I think there was some bullshit when they sent me to the wrong exit. So I came in, can't get in the venue. Somebody, my boy Stone came out, he got me, and I walked in and I was calling the other 3 security. They won't answer the phone. So I'm looking at them. They front 3 of them post off in front of Jeezy door, looking tough and shit. So I called one. He looked at his phone, put it back in his pocket. Call the next one. He looked at his phone, put it back in his pocket. Call the next one who hired me. Looked at his phone, put it back in his pocket. So I got fucked up. But I ain't saying nothing though, because it's still a business. I'm being professional. So I walked up, I was like, damn, I'm just calling you guys. You're just gonna look at your phone and you know what I mean? All right, cool. So I'm hot as fuck. Jeezy went out there to do his performance, and we was leaving. And I think that shit was staged, yo. Cause they had so much officials, Def Jam and Atlantic Records. It was backstage. And I guess, this shit was staged. I guess they were supposed to have words, but I'm coming from the street. So I'm on street protocol. I'm doing it professionally, though. But I know when to go, though. You know what I mean? And we walking through the hallway. I see Rick Ross. Like I tell you, I Google and research my artists. So I already know I don't understand what the beef is about, but I know it's some back and forth with Rick Ross and Jeezy. So when they walk in, I'll make sure I was in between them. Ross didn't had on a shirt. I remember he rubbed up all over me. I was like, yo, like, you know what I mean? And Jeezy's like, what's up? And Ross stopped. He's like, what's up? So I'm in the middle of them. And I'm watching Jeezy, I'm watching Ross, and Jeezy's like, nigga, what's up? And Ross like, what's up? And then Jeezy like took he fucking tucked his shit right, got himself right. He like, nigga, you know what's up? His tone changed. So that's what made me gotta go. You know what I mean? Cause I'm just saying the boss, the king, he's speaking and the way he's moving, we about to crash. And Rick Ross took a deep breath. I don't know what the fuck he was gonna do. But he took a deep breath and he stepped up and he said, what's up? Nigga, what's up? And when he stepped up, like that's when I draw down and I ripped his chains off his neck. You know what I mean? Yeah, I stood, but that's just from some shit from the islands, though. We used to yank niggas' chains, be at the dance, because in the islands, we wear a lot of 14, 24, and 18 karat gold. So a lot of people wear gold, and it's just something in the islands. It's anywhere in the world. But in the islands, if you got some bling on, before we whoop you, we gonna yank your shit off your neck. You know what I mean? That's Brooklyn shit, New York shit. I'm just saying, we on it too. And if I punched him, he don't want to fuck me up. I'm here for the win. You know what I mean? Nigga had diamonds on. I was like, yeah, I'm coming up. I'm buy a house tomorrow. You know what I mean? I yanked that shit off. I yanked that shit off, bro.
Well, yo, hold up. But yo, Rick Ross actually bigged you up though, right?
Nah, yeah, but that was crazy. Because when Rick Ross did that, right, that was like 3, 4 months after the situation. So I was like, damn, like Rick Ross, like he actually said something, and it's crazy. He's like, whoever the big black dude is with the bumps in his face, you give him something special for Christmas. Yo, that's the ops telling you to take care of your man. And this is before I got shot. You know what I mean? But in a long story short, I got respect for Rick Ross because why I'm saying this, because when I got shot now, this is the beef is over between them. They did the War Ready song. And that was one of the biggest parties in Atlanta. Jeezy and Rick Ross. Everybody came out and had some other shit going on. I had to come look for some people that had some money for me. So I came out with my little soldiers, my island niggas and shit. And seen Rick Ross, seen Jeezy, and I went to the side because my hand was in a sling, and everybody keep bumping in my hand. So it's like I can't get mad with people. They don't know my hand is fucked up. I've been shot, and I went to the side, and when Rick Ross was leaving the venue, there's thousands of people around. That nigga stopped and shook my hand. And he grabbed my fucked up hand too, you know what I mean? But it was kind of like not really a starstruck moment, but it was a moment. And he hold my hand and he's like, "You're a real nigga. I heard about what you did in California." You know, and he like bless, and I'm like bless, and he left. You know what I mean? And like everybody watching, like the fuck they was just talking about, but it blew my mind that he told me that. You know what I mean? So people say a lot about Rick Ross. I think if I took a bullet and saved Rick Ross, I think he would have dealt with me. The way he spoke on the situation, and then again, I seen him. You know what I mean? And he shook my hand, so I got respect for Rick Ross for that shit. I ran into him a couple of times, but I don't say too much to him because, we engaged before, and it's not a vibe, but you just gotta understand yourself in the scheme of things. Things is cool, but it's not never too cool. You know what I mean? So keep your antennas up. You know what I mean? Yeah, like real shit. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Speaking of Ross and his team or whatever, man, what's your thoughts about DJ Khaled stealing your catchphrase, man? Bless up. Or what's your thoughts on that, man?
he's an opportunist. He's a fucking opportunist. It happened in New York. I'll never forget it. The Satai Hotel. He's in his white Maybach. Um, he was in the hallway and I got into Rick Ross. So we always just running each other and he used to talk his little shit sometime. And but he wasn't say to me, say to other people and it come back to me. And I'm like, bless up. I used to always say that. I got video. I watched it the other day. Jeezy was coming to St. Thomas to do a show, and he did a video, and his intro was like, bless up. That came from me. That's a Virgin Islands thing. We say bless up from Vest Up. Vest Up is a beach, a nice beach down in the islands, but that's just our lingo. You know what I mean? And I was like, bless up, and he's like, why you said that? And I'm like, that's how I greet people. You know what I mean? That's what we do from the Virgin Islands. I never forget that nigga turn around, did some shit on his phone. And after I got shot, Jeezy had another cat named Jarvis. Shout out my nigga Jarvis. He filled in when I was down when I got shot. I had to stay out for like I think 60 days it was or 90 days or some shit. And till my hand healed because I cracked my wrist. All that shit he talking about flesh wound and shit. He's just talking that scary shit because he never seen nobody took no bullet like that.
Wait,
But I
wait a minute,
cracked
wait a
my
minute. Hold on,
wrist.
hold on. He said he caught a flesh wound.
Nah, Jeezy said in his song about me, he said I got a flesh wound.
Oh. Nah.
I cracked my wrist, bro. Flesh wound, but like them niggas ain't you see, they never been shot, so they don't know the difference. They think what they see in movies, niggas be I'm like, nah. I've been there. I know this is bullet 11. I know what it feel like. Just get me to a hospital. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm not
man.
a doctor myself.
You got to go
So
through like physical therapy and all that just to learn how to use your wrist again, you know?
yeah, my
It's a
fingers,
long process.
my pinky finger, my other finger was dead, yo. And the doctor told me he said you ain't gonna be able to move your fingers again. Yo, I massaged my fingers back into feeling and moving. It was dead for real, bro. But I've been shot 3 times before that in my hand. So I know the feeling, dead nerves, hand fucked up. I got 12 screws, you know what I mean? A rod and 12 screws in my hand. You know what I mean? So I know how it goes, but I massaged my hand. But it was just ironic to hear him say that. You know what I mean? And tell the world how you got fired. Like, yo, I stopped coming to work. I just used to turn in my timesheet on Sunday. But I was ready, like, nah. When he stopped paying me, I was living in Boston. Cause my kid's mom's from Boston. I see you got the B on your head, but I'm just saying the bean. I lived in Boston too. I
Yeah,
lived a lot of
I'm from
places.
Dorchester, man. Four
Man,
corners
come on.
stand up. That
Yo,
means
come on, Dudley. I'm in Dudley. I'm in Roxbury. I'm on Blue Hill Ave. I'm on Simcoe's eating pizzas. Like, come on, bro. I stamped all over Boston. I love Boston. I love it when it's warm. I can't fuck with the cold. I try, but I'm from the islands, bro. You know what I mean? But shout out Dorchester too, cause I got a lot of island people. A lot of my island people live up there in
yeah,
Boston.
yeah. A lot of islanders in
You know what I
Dorchester.
mean?
I
So
mean,
yeah, yeah,
and shout out to my people on Heat Street too. They call it H Block. You heard?
yeah, yeah,
What is
man.
called?
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, man. It's just a shame that um, he didn't take the extra step, the extra mile to to check up on you, man. After you saved his life, man. Know what I mean, and
Nah, it was cool. When I came out of they stayed in there a week and a half because the judge grabbed them, right, and the judge, a lot of shit happened. I stayed up after they got locked up. I came out of hospital. They took the tour bus, so I don't have no clothes, nothing. I gotta wear the same bloody pants, my blood, my sneakers. I had to wear a scrub with my hand in a sling. Came out of hospital looking crazy. Everybody watching me like I'm a crackhead or some shit. But I'm out here on my own. The whole tour is locked up. Fucking I had to go by my homeboy, and they thought I ran. I stayed up the night. The Sunday, I didn't know they had to go court the next day. I'm fucked up. My kid's mom was expecting a kid. She's freaking out. I just got shot because she told me come home, and I didn't come home. Like it was just bad chemistry, bro. So I'm kind of like freaking out. I'm from the islands. I'm in LA. I'm out here by myself. I got some people from Inglewood. They fuck with me, but I'm in LA, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm not really paranoid, but I'm gonna go then. Like yo, I'm not fucking around, like, cause you don't know who knows who from the Bay. The Bay is only 6 hours, 5.5 hours from LA. You know what I mean? And that's why I was telling them let's go home, cause I felt not that the police was gonna come. I felt that somebody from the Bay was gonna come, cause that's somebody's dad. Shout out to them people. RIP to the dude that died and shit. We had nothing to do with that, but that's somebody's dad. That's their brother. That's their homeboy. Somebody gonna want answers. I'm just saying, the Bay, the LA. Okay, you got a show Sunday. We gonna pull up and I want answers, or we gonna get busy. So that's why I was telling him I think we should go home because I didn't see the tour ending correctly, and it didn't end correctly. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, after that night, yo, in the Bay, like I stayed up the Sunday night, and I watched the Bay. They was talking shit. They was online, yo, you fucking Atlanta motherfuckers, Jeezy, your bodyguard, we gonna kill you. Like, bro, they was going crazy on you. Like I'm saying, I'm from the island, so I'm like, this shit is different. You know what I mean? This, like, you know what I mean? It's like I'm freaking out. And I stayed up till 7 just reading comments and watching shit online and the shit trending, you know what I mean? And I took I think it's 800 Percocets. I took some, I went to sleep. So they was calling me, but I went to sleep. And they calling me to go court, but I was knocked out, bro. I woke up with like 100 missed calls. Me and the manager got into it, like, oh, where you at, Dread? Like, the fuck you mean? I'm sleeping. I got shot. You know what I mean? Like, I had to, like, kind of back them off of me. Like, you know what I mean? You motherfuckers ain't never been shot. I was shot. I'm taking Percocets. I was sleeping. I went to court. He fucking talked about me in jail a lot, bro. A lot of shit took place that weekend that people don't know. You know what I mean? He talked about me in jail, told niggas like I'm a coward, I ran, and I was actually sleeping. I came to the courthouse. I didn't come inside the court because the judge wanted ballistics. So they stayed like 2 weeks, I think, in jail. And then the guns, it was my gun. The case
wait a
got,
minute. They asked for your ballistics.
no, for the AK-47.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The judge was like, nobody going nowhere. So good thing I didn't went court because they would have locked me up. The judge won't hearing that shit. He like, yo, we want ballistics. So I was out in the parking lot though. You know what I mean? But I didn't know when he came out of jail. I knew it was over between me and him because I could have seen it in his face. I could have seen it. You know when a kid get beat, yo, but they giving you that fucking look like you motherfucker, but they don't want to say it though.
But yeah, but hold up, but hold up, but you know, the whole situation on the tour bus with your firearm or whatever, like
Yeah,
the manager should have knew, like, yo, listen, like, you know, he should have doubled back and make sure like none of your firearms were still in the bus. You know what I mean? Because you know there could be some legal issues with that. You know what I mean?
bro. They were supposed to come. The whole tour bus was supposed to come and see me because I held you guys down for 30 days. Remember, I'm the only armed motherfucker on this tour. So it wouldn't have killed you to come, hey, Dread, yeah, get well, a card, some shit, Dread, speedy recovery, because his decision also caused a lady and a man, our drivers, for the tour bus, were his drivers, but they driving us too, so I could call them our drivers. They got locked up. Regular citizens, never been jailed. When he came out, he caught a flight and left. I had to ride back in the tour bus with my fucked up hand. I left. I didn't have no insurance. That's why I had to learn about this insurance shit. I didn't have no insurance, so I left the hospital with a bullet in my hand. I had to ride back on the tour bus. It was a 2-day ride. The drivers took 4 days. They took their time. It was a horrible ride because they never been locked up before. The wife came in the back. She's like, I need to use your phone. I need to call my family. My husband don't want me to use the phone. I gave her the phone. He probably picked up like she was back there too long. You feel a bus pull over hard. Yeah, bro. Said the air brakes go off. She showed me back the phone. Yo, they back there arguing. He came back up front. He fucking staring at me. I'm staring at him like, yo, nigga, I'm with it. Like, yo, but yo, at the same time, I'm sorry because I was in the hospital. I didn't make that happen when you got locked up
Nah,
for.
man, that's that, yo. But see, you see how karma worked though. When somebody do somebody dirty, that shit
Yeah,
came right back and bit them. Know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You gotta be a grown man. He's like expectation. Like I don't. My expectation is from God. I don't expect shit from you. I just expected you to do the right thing. What we supposed to do. I go sit down 10 years and come out of jail. What, you ain't got nothing for me? And I took a rap for you? Like, bro, stop playing with me. There's rules to this game. And this is why the game is so watered down, it's fucked up. It got no principle towards it because people like them fucking with the game. You're a millionaire. What is it for you to cough up 25, 30, 40, even 100 bands? Because I'm not just doing it for me. I got 3 daughters. I'm doing it for my family.
I'd have gave you more than that. You
You
know
know
what
what
I
I
mean?
mean?
If I'm making
Yeah.
that kind of bread, man, you'd have got at least a meal from
Like he
me.
whack as
What you
fuck the
want?
other day. I seen him on TV, but he did a documentary about this statue in North Carolina. Like nigga, go do a documentary on fucking Hawkinsville or Macon. Go back and help your people, nigga. Like this, all that shit is clout chasing. You did a documentary on North Carolina statue. You did a documentary about fucking Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. And like, hey, yo, they hate on Drake, but yo, I fuck with Drake with his
Wait a
bars.
minute, hold on. He did a documentary for Atlanta. I thought he was from Macon.
Nah, not from Atlanta. He did a documentary on a statue. I seen
Oh,
him
okay,
in the
okay, okay,
news the other
okay.
day in North Carolina. Like, what
Yeah,
the fuck that got to do with you? But this cloud chasing shit is real, bro. And the people that's not like aligned with things, they're gonna fall for the bullshit. And that's what he's good at, painting a fucked up picture. You know what I mean? I think all that shit is bullshit. Go do a fucking. He ain't even from. He's from fucking Hawkinsville. Go do a fucking a documentary on Macon or some shit, or do a documentary on
yeah,
Dr.
because
King.
that's where they're
Yeah,
from.
that's your
Because I know when I
territory.
when I used to deal with Ruben, which was Slick Puller and Blood Raw's road manager,
Yeah.
like he would tell me like they all from Macon. Because I always thought Jeezy was from Atlanta, but when he told me he was from Macon, Georgia, I'm like, oh, okay, okay.
Originally from South Carolina, then he came to Hawkinsville. Like I don't pull his file already because I like to. I read it as fundamental. You know what I mean? I like to study the opponent or whatever may have you want to call him. But South Carolina moved to Hawkinsville, then stamped in Macon. You know what I mean? Stamped in Macon and came up to Atlanta. Like you know what I mean? But the whole shit, man. Like I'm not beating a dead horse, but I'm gonna stand on what I stand on. I just felt he should have dealt with the situation different. You know what I mean? Because I'm doing this shit for my kids. I'm not just here. I'm dread, the bodyguard, be afraid of me. Like, nah, nigga, when I go home, I'm a regular person. I'm a dad. You know what I mean? I got kids and shit to take care of. So, you know what I mean?
It just shows that he lacks empathy, man. He can't empathize for the next man. Know what I mean, and
Uh,
hopefully he'll grow out of that and become a better person, man, with a more stable character.
yeah.
My next question for you is, I know you mentioned that you're very spiritual. So, what exactly do you subscribe to? Talk to me.
As a Rastafarian, you know what I mean? Holy Emmanuel King Selassie Jah Rastafari. You know what I mean? No man go to the Father but through the Son. So I ain't too much into religion. I just here for the word of God. You know what I mean? And that's why I stand on as a consuming fire, you know what I mean? And God got me blessed, even though they try and blackball me, you know what I mean? One thing I learned with the game is I don't fuck with people that fuck with Jeezy. 'Cause all they gonna do is try to stun at me and call him and Dread trying to get a job with me. But I told that nigga, no, I fuck with people that don't fuck with him. You know what I mean? Or I fuck with people that heard about me. Like, cause I get it all the time. People be like, I heard about you, Dread. I heard some good things about you. Cause Jeezy was my nigga. I don't give a fuck what he try to say or paint to the world. Like, dog, bro, nigga, I'd have rushed an arm band by myself and tear that shit up for this nigga. And sometimes people don't know what they have with them. You know what I mean? Sometimes they look at you as an ordinary, like, bro, I'm different. I'm blessed. You know what I mean? And I know I'm blessed. You can't tell me. I've been acquitted for first-degree murder, been shot 10 times. You can't tell me the shit I've came through and still here standing. That's why I tell you with a firm mouth, ain't no rap nigga. Ain't none. Old, new, just came out. Ain't none of them could teach me about street shit. Not one of them. That's why a lot of them, they can't fuck with me. And they won't fuck with me because, you know what I mean? On a spiritual level, sometimes people know who you is. If you that shining light, they ain't gonna fuck with you if they darkness. They're not, because the world loves its own. You know what I mean? Like real shit. But on a level, God first. You know what I mean? And that's how I stamp. Read a lot of Psalms every day, prayers, protections, and I step, you know what I mean? I fear no man but God. And that's from within, outside, and back in, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the word.
Man, my favorite battle verse. I stole that from a dude from TikTok. He called them battle verses, like prayers or whatever. My
Yeah,
favorite battle verse is Psalms 91. I mean,
yeah,
that's my
yeah.
favorite one right there.
Protection. Yeah, that's big protection.
Now
Hey, I
with the
like
Ross,
Psalms. I read a lot of Psalm 121 too. That's a good one. But 91 is good for war, for battle. I mean, lest thou
yeah,
dash thy foot against the stone. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
where he's born. Now with the Rastafarians, right? They big up King Selassie
King
because
Selassie.
when he, because there was a certain point in time in Jamaica that was not getting no rain, but when King Selassie stepped foot into Jamaica, that's when they got the rain, and that's why the Rastafarians big him up so much. And on top of that, his bloodline derives from the tribe of Judah. Now, shout out to my man Gorilla Hebrew, man. Yeah, I mean he's official like tissue. He's a
Yeah.
Hebrew Israelite, man, and we was expounding on how King Selassie
King
is related to
Selassie.
King David. Know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you know what I mean
That's
the
the
whole
significance about him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
People call him God. I don't call him God. He's a black king. He tell us to follow God, and he told us he's a follower of Christ. You know what I mean? So God ain't gonna tell you he's a follower of his son. Because he said he's a jealous God, serve no God but me. You know what I mean? So the significance about Selassie is that his roots is from Queen Sheba, King Solomon, the conquering land of the tribe of Judah. And this is the same lineage that Christ came through. You know what I mean? Revelation 22:12 it tell you, for I am the bright and morning star and the root of David. You know what I mean? He's the root of David. That's the lineage Christ came through. You know what I mean? But that's the significance about him. He is not God. He told you he's not God. You know what I mean? And me and a lot of Rastafarians, sometimes we bump heads on that. Like, nah, he's not God. He's from a royal lineage. You know what I mean? But he instructed us and he told us, he's like, yo, I'm not God. You know what I mean? I'm a follower of Christ. You know what I mean? So, that's the significance of him with me. Like I have understanding. I go, I read, and I understand. Selassie, he's a comforter. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Hebrew Israelites too. You know what I mean? Because it's tribes. It just ain't one tribe, Pacific, you know what I mean? But the Hebrew Israelites, they're black. You know what I mean? The Jews and shit, they're trying to teach us that's stolen history. All that shit is stolen. They're stealing our shit. You know what I mean? But look at the world today. This is why they take our shit, because we want to be like the Babylonians. Yeah, all this crazy shit they doing, they want to be like the Romans. You know what I mean? And we're not the Romans. You know what I mean? So that's how people come in and divide and rule and they overthrow. They take our history from us. It's sin that got us fucked up. You know what I mean? You read
But
about it
they
in
know this, man. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
like they know the real history of who is the true identity of the Hebrew Israelites. They're just not gonna promote it. You know what I
No, they ain't
mean?
gonna tell you. They ain't gonna tell you. You know what I mean? Read spill.
Word is born. Now, speaking of this spiritual stuff we expounding on, what's your thoughts on the Euphrates River possibly being completely dried up?
Yeah, man, real thing. Written in Revelation. You know what I mean? Make way, the king coming. You know what I mean? We living in Babylon. You watching Babylon. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing right gonna work in America. Ain't nothing, because this is Babylon, and Babylon gonna fall. And it is falling, but it's falling right in front of our eyes. You know what I mean? Look at these rappers, they gangsters, but they afraid to try to cancel the alphabet boys. Like, get out of here, bro. You know what I mean? Genesis 18, it showed you what happened to a community of people who thought living like that was cool. It showed us. And I'm gonna look at that reflection. Oh, I was born like this, and like, bro, get out my face with that bullshit, bro. You under demonic possession. You know what I mean? And I'm not being a judge, but I'm just saying Genesis 18 let us know he strike everybody blind, yo, and rain fire, sulfur, and brimstone. That was a whole city. And why it was a whole city? Remember, Lot wife died, but the two daughters got away.
Yet the
And
reason why Lot wife died because she looked back and
she
turned into
looked
a
back.
pillar of salt. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
but
the Most High told her not to look back, man. Keep moving forward. You know what I
and this
mean?
is the only time in the Bible this was accepted. They got their dad drunk. That's to show you how much people died. For you to go in the hills and think you're the only three people alive, you know that's a whole city got locked down. A whole city like Manhattan, like Brooklyn. I'm just saying, a whole city, and that's the only time that was meant to be. They, that was legal to do. They got their dad drunk. They took times and they got pregnant. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, just imagine the state of mind it was to think they're the only three people. Just think how much people died then. For you to think you're the only three people alive to make that move. You know what I mean? So it's like, um, I came up in the 80s, yo. So I seen the Public Enemy. I love Chuck D. We ain't got no more Chuck D's. I love, yo, Fight the Power. Yo, I get goosebumps when that shit come on, bro. That's my shit. Fight the Power. You know what I mean? The brand, the campaign, the movement, like that's some real shit. We don't have any more Tupac. They all try to talk down on Tupac, but none of them, they ain't no revolutionary. They're not. They fakers. Jeezy try to pose like one sometime. One time I seen his picture cover Black Panther. Bullshit. You gotta liberate yourself before you liberate other people, bro. And that fuck shit you did to me, that's not liberation, and that's not what strong black men do to other strong black men, bro. We don't kill champions, we build champions, bro. And that's what's wrong with this game. And it's like, what made me really sick of this game? For us to pop, it has to be violence. I diss you. I pop you a bottle in the face. I make a diss track. I fuck your baby mom. Like, it's always dirt, bro. It's nobody just, dead, Brenda got baby.
But
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
that stems from like the drill rap culture now. Like
That's hey,
that's what
that's
they're kind of
that's
that's what they're into now.
that's duppy music, yo. Drill music, that's duppy. That's why it's crashing up. It's duppy music, bro. That shit is duppy. This shit they sing about, like, it's fucking stupid. Like, where do you think you're gonna go with that? I'm just saying it overall, like, yo, I do a little rap, but when I talk gangster, I'm telling you the worst case scenario that could happen if me and you get into it. I'm not telling you about smoking and your people, like, bro, you're opening old wounds and you're gonna start some shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And it's sad
But
because
yo,
these
that's the wave though. Like that. they'll they'll go as far as to go to your mother's grave and dig up the body and piss on it, man. That's
Bro,
the
every one of
most
them gonna
ultimate
die, bro.
disrespect, man.
Every one of them gonna die. I seen somebody in Philly who did that, went to somebody's grave and they killed him. Like I'm just saying, that's you're walking. Yo, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Life and death is in the power of
It's
the
gotten
tongue,
so
bro.
bad to the point where when um when one has a funeral, right? Like say for instance, one of your ops get bodied from your camp, right?
Yeah,
Your camp will scope out on that funeral just to shoot up the family. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
how bad it's gotten. Like back then, you know, there used to be a little moral compass
A
where
little
you
more
don't do something
respect.
like that.
But
I
it
mean,
ain't gonna last long though. Give them, listen to me. Give them 5 years and see if they're gonna be still around with that bullshit. Cause let me tell you something I learned, right? And I was gangster to fucking gangster, bro. You understand? I lost my dad and my two brothers to gang violence. Niggas can't tell me about losing people and burying niggas and like, bro, earth is set away. And when God call you, bro, and you ignore that phone call, get ready to go through some shit. Some people cooler is death. Some people cooler be jail. Some people cooler be fucking a bullet. But I'm telling you, you're gonna learn, bro. And this is a message to a lot of the youngins, like, yo, respect life, yo. You know what I mean? Love God and live, hate God and die. And remember, you hear that from Dread. You know what I mean? Love God and live. Hate him and die, bro. So all that crazy shit they doing, bro, get them 5 years. They're not gonna be around. Cause God gonna wipe that shit out. Just wipe. Just put a cup on the side and just slap that shit off the table. Just like that, God gonna knock you down. You know what I mean?
yo, this be my last question.
Yeah.
Um, so you know what I mean? I don't want to hold you up because you know I know you busy and all that.
No,
So
you good, man.
yo, what? Okay, when you caught your first body, right? How much reading did you do behind the wall just to get that trial acquitted? Because you know most dudes they'll take a plea before they take something to trial. You know what I mean? So what caused you not to even take a plea bargain? Talk to me.
Um, I was in a cell. When you go in a cell, they put you in a cell where they close a flop for 14 days. You're staying there for yourself to reflect for 14 days by yourself, no contact with nobody. One of my homeboys from the islands, he looked like he seen a case on TV when I got locked up, you know, to give a bit of information. And my dude came down there and he told me he pounded a cell. I think he was coming from rec and he pounded the main door. He's like, yo, keep your mouth shut. They ain't got nothing on you. You know what I mean? Just shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. They ain't got nothing on you. So when I heard that, I knew I had some light with the case, but that wasn't enough because they're gonna try to drag you still. You know what I mean? Because a lot of murders was taking place in the islands, and that's how it goes in any city. If a lot of crime is being committed and you got caught for murder, they're gonna want to make an example out of you for all the people they haven't caught. You know what I mean? So I started reading like murder cases. You know what I mean? I started because I remember going in a court and they would say things and I didn't understand what they were saying. It sounded like we in some Star Trek shit, some you know, like you know how the music movies be futuristic, you know what I mean? They saying terms I don't know. So I got the Black Laws Dictionary and I started reading, bro. You know, like exculpatory evidence. That's evidence tending to establish your innocence and the prosecution is withholding. Those are grounds to trial the case. You know what I mean? But you tell that to a random guy, he'd be like, the fuck is he talking about? Exculpatory evidence. But I'm just saying, I went ahead, I read a lot, I got the understanding what it is to convict because they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So I went and read cases people got life, and I read cases that people and I understand the system. When you file a motion to those who's going through cases, don't file a motion New Jersey, you know, versus, you know, whoever may have you, John Doe, New York, wherever state you're in, you got to use federal court rulings because none of them regular courts are higher than the federal or Supreme Appellate Court. You know what I mean? That's the rulings and the motions you file because the other courts they because I read it say It says other lower courts must consider our rulings. That's from the Supreme Appellate Court. But they telling you them courts in your cities, they lower courts.
Yeah, a lot of times the municipal courts will have to get permission to the superior court. You got a superior court, and then you got the one above that. You know what I mean? The one
Yeah. The
above that,
chain of
that's the one you
command.
want to go. Yeah.
All that shit I learned. Like in the islands, if you get convicted, it's St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John. It's the Virgin Islands. You get acquitted, you get convicted, you don't file back St. Thomas because they're gonna deny you. And even if you do they deny you, then you go to St. Croix. Then after St. Croix, you go to the federal building. And after the federal building, you go to Puerto Rico. And after Puerto Rico, you go to Florida, to the appellate court. And if the appellate court denies you, they calls it a chain of command. And if they deny you, you go ahead and go to the Supreme Appellate Court. That's the ones that make the rules and the amendments, and you know what I mean? But shout out to fucking Vibes Cartel too. I wrote a letter 13 years ago. I gotta find it. And if I find it, I'm gonna send it to you on an email. And I spoke about my case and I mentioned venues. That's how he beat his case. He wasn't beating his case in Jamaica. And I wrote that shit in the letter 13 years ago, bro. God is my witness, bro. I said you need to get a change of venue. And when that nigga got a change of venue, what happened? The shit got overturned in the UK. You know what I mean? But that's just, I don't want a fortune cookie for that, but I'm just like putting it out is reading is fundamental. And I understand they don't like him in Jamaica. I mean, not the whole of Jamaica, because of course he's from Jamaica, but the system is corrupted. So you're not gonna get no justice. And I think the UK, I'm gonna be real with it, the UK kind of fucked up because they they overturn a conviction. When you get an overturned conviction, you're supposed to be released immediately. So Vibes Cartel was supposed to walk out of court and fly back to Jamaica, not go back to Jamaica locked up, and Jamaica has the say to release him. Like, nah, my conviction is overturned. I no longer have charges. I don't have any charges. You know what I mean? So I think that was a little fucked up, but I'm very glad to see him out. And I told so much niggas, and they tell me he ain't coming out. And I told them niggas, yo, he is going to come out because I don't see that was fucking with the evidence and shit. You know what I mean? And like I tell you, earth sent away. Like you're not gonna, God ain't gonna give you more than you can bear, and He's not gonna let you into the hands of the wicked, bro. That's something I learned, bro. You know what I mean? Like real shit. But I wrote that and I find a letter. I'm gonna send it to you, bro. I wrote that shit. I was like, you need a request for a change of venue. Vibes Cartel, bro. And when he got a change of venue, you know what I mean? It took a process. You know, some of us, his story, like, it's like kind of like Daniel in the den, man. We gotta go through it. That's why them stories is there. You know what I mean? Joseph, his brothers, you know what I mean, throw him in a well. You know what I mean? He got sold into slavery. Joseph, I think, was in jail for 15 or 20 years, bro. Before he went and he was you know what I mean?
Hey, yo,
Like,
and Peep Game, when Joseph got locked up, he got locked up because of the king's wife.
yeah,
The king's wife tried to slide on the nigga.
yeah.
I let the
And he
nigga
tell him
hit
no.
something, man.
Yeah. And
And
imagine
she
that.
lied on that nigga, man.
And the nigga had discipline. He was gonna fuck with the queen, but it was a gamble because the king could have found
Yeah.
out and smoked the nigga. You know what I mean?
So
So
what saved that nigga, right? The king ended up getting a dream, and like he was, because back then they used to count. They used to count. They used to get advised by like niggas that practice sorcery and shit like that, right? But they couldn't interpret his dream. So a dude was like, yo, the dude was locked up with Joseph or whatever.
yeah. One
He
dude
got
forgot
out.
him. One dude forgot him, got his head chopped off, and the
And
next
the
dude
other nigga, yeah,
remembered. Yeah,
the
he
nigga got out
remembered.
though.
Yeah, he
So
remembered.
when the king was tripping or whatever, right? The dude that was locked up with Joseph, he was like, yo, listen, I know a nigga that's behind the wall right now. He
Yeah,
can perpetrate your dreams. And that's how they got the nigga out, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Out the
7
joint,
years
and
of
he ended up
famine.
becoming like like a senator. A senator
Yeah,
for that in Egypt or some shit
yeah,
like something
yeah. And he
crazy,
ended up
bro.
in
You know what I
control.
mean? Yeah.
And his dream played out because he told his brother, all because he told his brother he had a dream. And they was bowing down to him and he was a king. You know what I mean? All because of a dream. You know what I mean? And that just shows you it's happening out here. Like, you know how much people I fell out with, bro? Or people, I turned a bodyguard. I went home the other day, like, I ain't been home in 15 years. I was down there for like 6 months, and it was good to be home. A lot of them videos you see me with them Gucci chains and shit, that's back home. in the islands when I was back in the islands, you know, doing my little thing, showing people what I learned though. I'm a mimic. I'm not gonna come around and watch you fly a plane and don't learn how to fly the plane. And that's my advice to niggas. Like, don't be around these rappers or be around big shit. You got a nigga that doing retail work, niggas flying planes, a nigga flipping millions of dollars. Just don't be a part of it. Like, bro, learn that shit. Is the reason why you're there. Learn this shit. You know what I mean? And it said it in Proverbs and Ecclesiastics, like, you know, learn, grab wisdom. You never know, you know, you could use that shit 5 years ahead of your life from now. You could use it. So the music shit, you know what I mean? I went down there, I flexed my muscle a little bit, but I also saw the haters. I seen them. They can't
Yo,
fuck with
niggas
me.
is gonna hate, man.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
won't
haters
fuck
do
with me.
best. Just hate, man. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
seen them because I went beyond people's expectations. Cause bro, I was bad as fuck. Like that's what I was saying. Like when people come around Jeezy, they tend to get tough. The A&Rs and some of the people, the managers, they think they hard and shit. Like, so I don't know if he think I'm hard because I'm around him. Like, nigga, I've been hard. You know what I mean? And I roll with the hardest of the hards, you know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, like you live and you learn, right? But like life is crazy because sometimes people like, and it said it in Hebrews, it said, you know, I'm not saying I'm an angel, but it said be careful who you're entertaining because many have entertained angels and did not know of it. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy with the game, like God had come back tomorrow and people won't believe it. That's where the world is right now. They think it's an illusion or let me go lay down and wake back up. Like, you know what I mean? Because the world is so gone right now. Like, we watching it, bro. You see Kamala trying to get in, like, bro, get ready, man. We heading to destruction. Bro, we heading. I like Trump. Trump a motherfucker, but I like him. At least he rich and he tells you what he's going to do. He's straightforward. But that agenda,
Yeah,
Kamala,
but
and
a lot of the, yeah, I mean, a lot of people within our community don't like Trump like that,
no,
man.
I
I
already
mean,
know. And they think
yeah,
Kamala ain't no saver neither. Look, their agenda. Come on,
man,
man. They don't
man,
respect black people. They just gave fucking Russia fucking, what, 50, 60 billion dollars? That's our reparations. They don't give a fuck about black people. And black people jumping on, oh, she's black. And like, yo, you foolish, yo. They always, yo, I was just watching Malcolm X talk about it. Democrats always preying on black people, always promising them shit. All this stupid shit of the he want to be a she and a she man, bonfire be, fire and brimstone be. You know what I mean? And promoting.
but you know the good part about it, a lot of the men within our community, they're waking up. They're not with that. You know what I mean? They're
Nah,
actually thinking and choosing Trump. You know what I mean?
like Trump, cool. I mean, he ain't no savior, but I think he do things different. I think Kamala gonna more be into her feelings, yo. Like as a woman, like any other woman. That's why God made it for a man to lead. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening. That's why, like, bro, a lot of women destroy relationships, marriage because this masculinity bullshit. That you know what I mean? Like for real, they destroying a whole household because you ego tripping. You know what I mean? And that shit is wild, bro. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to
Yeah,
play their place. The woman wants to be a man. The man wants to be a woman. The right is wrong and the wrong is right. This is what's happening right now. Nobody's
yeah.
playing their role, bro.
But yo,
No.
that's a part of prophecies too, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure is.
So
Sure is, brother. And it's happening right in front of our eyes, and a lot of people ain't waking up. You know what I mean? A lot of people sleeping, a lot of people in the matrix, a lot of people fucking off, you know what I mean? But I'm up and up. Like, you know what's crazy for me to be watching though? This whole P. Diddy shit. Had a couple of times I could have worked for him
but
too,
you
and
know what, man?
I turned him down though. To work for Diddy. What made me turn him down? After I seen that interview with Fabulous and Jada Kiss. I said I ain't fucking with that shit. And not I'm
Yeah.
not saying
Oh
Jada
yeah, I
Kiss
know
or
what you're talking
Fabs.
about. Yeah.
Jadakiss and Fab, I fuck with Fab. Fab a real nigga. Let me tell you something about Fab. Not getting off topic.
Hmm.
All Star Weekend in New York. I was coming through the crowd. It was tick, 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 and me and his bodyguard got into it. And he talking crazy, reckless. I had some Avion bottles. That's the time Jeezy promoted an Avion drink and the tequila. And I would have bust that shit up his head. I don't give a fuck. They could have jumped me, but I had two fucking glass bottles of liquor in my hand. We would have go down in that motherfucker. But Fab seen me and he recognized me. And Fab talked to his man, and his man checked his security. And when I went and came back, the security daps me up, and I rate Fab for that shit because I got a lot of niggas would sit back and watch shit happen and don't say nothing. I fuck with Fabulous, bro, for that shit. Fabulous a real nigga, bro. I fuck with him, and he did ain't disrespect them. I just didn't like his demeanor, that daddy and all that shit. Like, bro, I'm a man. I don't play that shit. You know what I mean? So the times I got offered to work for Diddy, I told him, nah, I'm not fucking with that shit. I'm not fucking with that shit. I don't play like that. I don't play them games. You know what I mean? I'm just saying it could get crucial. Ain't no nigga gonna slap me on my ass. I ain't with none. I used to play basketball. I wasn't with none of that shit.
Yo, but yo, word is like, yo, they're getting ready to drop them charges that's pinned up on them.
I don't know what's
That's what
going
it
on.
is, man.
It's sad. I hope, you stand with God, you find God, and, you know what I mean? You find forgiveness, you know what I mean? Because it's crazy, though. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Every other day you see new shit filed against him and people coming out, and it be fucked up when you down. That's when people come out on you now. He injured, he locked in, and and they play hardball too. Cause if they ain't had nothing, they would have gave him bail, bro. They not giving him bail, so they government is showing they're not fucking around. They want to chop his head off. But I don't wish no bad on him. I hope it plays out. God, bless him and it plays out how it's supposed to play. But the industry is dark, man. And if that kind of shit is really going on in the game, it's dark. And the hip hop world is very quiet because they want to know who tape next gonna get leaked. I watching these motherfuckers, all these
Yo,
gangsters
I'm hearing
sliders.
that Beyonce got a, you know what I mean? I'm hearing
That'd
she
be
got a tape
wild.
with Diddy, you know what I mean?
That'd be
Where
wild.
they say somebody bought it for 50 mil and there's pictures circulating in the dark web right now. I
I
mean,
see some shit, but I don't know. It kind of look made up. But I met Beyonce. Beyonce, good people. Besides people life, what they do in the dark, that's between them and God. I don't really watch no face. You know what I mean? I'm watching face meaning like I don't judge people. I mean, you ain't gonna just do no crazy shit in front of me, like, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna fuck with no minor, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna watch that type of shit, but, everybody got this shit they into, so I'm not here to, like, judge people. It's just wild. It's just crazy to see where hip hop is going and the music industry. It's just crazy to see where everything is going. It's like it has no rules no more. You know what I mean? I watched some of that hip hop awards too. Like hip hop is falling off, bro. I'm sorry,
to be
bro.
real with you, man, I don't even watch like awards and none of that. I mean,
It's
I
like
may be hip to the game on, with some of these young cats or whatever. You know what I mean? But as far as that, like, I'm not going out my way to, check what's going on in that world. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's nothing positive in that world anymore, man.
I don't know, man. That shit is wild. You know what I mean? But I'm transitioning. I fuck with more laid back people. Wealthy people. Basketball players. Basketball players is dope, but there's a flip side with it. It's weird. Like rappers want to be athletes and athletes want to be rappers. Like it's weird, yo. Like everything is backwards, bro. Like bro, everything is weird. You know what I mean? But I do. I fuck with Sexy Red. Still, she was in town 2 weeks ago. I look at her as my little sister. You know what I mean? I got daughters and shit, you know what I mean? So, I fuck with her, look out for her. She's good people, you know what I mean? And I keep it business and I keep it moving. But just, to have the opportunity to fuck with, the hottest female, and when I say hottest, no, she's not a lyricist or none of it, but she's what's popular right now. Is still a blessing, you know what I mean? To come start with Jeezy, watch them talk shit about me, but it just shows me like whatever God has for you, He has for you, bro. You know what I mean? No man, no man, no man. You know what I mean? They could say what they want. They could, you know what I mean? I mean, my character speaks for itself. The other day I was in the city. Every time I go out, I get phone numbers. Or I get compliments from people like Dread. I seen your interview. When I was on tour, I was telling you I lost track of that with Moneybag. People was walking up to me. Shout out Chicago, Louisiana, Indiana, St. Louis, all that shit. People was walking up like Dread. I seen your interview. Dread, I like how you talk about God. Dread, I fuck with Jeezy, but after I watch your interview, like, man, fuck that nigga, and it freaked me out because I didn't know so much people was paying attention, and I heard you said some stuff, and it let me know you paying attention. You watch the interviews, you know what I mean? But I learned to speak with substance, because that's what people want. Like, I wasn't gonna come on your platform and polish myself like I'm this fearless ninja kung fu, you know what I mean? Don't fuck around. Like, nah, I'm regular people, bro. I'm trying to make it just like every fucking body else. But I'm with this shit. I might be from an island, but people gotta understand whatever's happening in America is garbage to people in America. We in the islands are consuming it. I remember we was in jail when ABM came out. You gonna get down or you gonna lay down. Nigga, we whooped some niggas in jail. And then they went and told the fucking correction officers, these niggas is ABM. They told us get down or lay down. But that's to show you niggas be watching America and what you're doing in America. And we consume it. So we be hooked. We be hip, to what's going on then. I'm from the US Virgin Islands, bro. We US, so we not a third world country like Jamaica and shit. We got social security, all that shit, birth papers. If I get in trouble, I'm not getting deported. I'm gonna do hard time. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying we consume, and that's what people don't know. I'm watching all that shit. Frank Lucas, all that shit, bro. Bro, I'm watching all of it. You know what I mean? I love Boston. I become my kid's mom up there, but something with Boston. You know what I mean? Boston is nice. And when it's hot, I like it. When it's cold, I can't. And every time I was living up there, I had a job. God bless me. I was working inside. Even if it was construction, I was inside a building. But I can't fuck with that cold, man. Outside, that shit is crazy.
Yo, Boston winter is something different, man. It gets cold, man.
Yeah,
It gets
Boston
cold. We get a
different.
lot of snow over there, man. Word is
Yeah.
born.
I think I'm moving up there though. I think I might move up there. I fuck with
For
Boston.
real?
Nah, I like Boston. I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Because of how the little streets are, it remind me of the islands. How you go street to street to street, like, you know what I mean? That's how the islands is, you know what I mean? But I like Boston. Boston is dope though. You know what I mean? In the summertime though. It's cold. I can't fuck with it, man. You know what I mean? But it was a good experience living up there. You know what I mean? It was dope living different places. I live a lot of places in America coming from a small island. So I get to learn a lot of people's culture. You know what I mean? And analyze and understand and you know what I mean? Like I tell you, all Dorchester, that's where the one courthouse is around there by Dorchester. I forgot the name of that shit, but I remember I used to drop one of my friends there to go to court. When we be in Roxbury, I used to be down in Dudley. You know what I mean? I stayed in Braintree. I lived in Springfield before. Bro, I used to be Hyde Park, bro, all over. You know what I mean? I can't hear you.
My bad. My
Yeah.
bad, man. Thank you so much for coming through, man. If you got any last words to tell the people, man, let them know what's popping with your last words, man.
Man, stay clean, love God, and live life, my son. That's the bullshit. Shout out to Bangam Smurf too. I've been watching his interviews. I like him. I really like him. But that's the
Right.
essence of island people, though, man. We be some genuine motherfuckers, though. You know what I mean? I hope
Word
to
is
run
born.
into him. I hope to run
Mhm.
into him one day. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, instead of meeting your favorite rapper, I'd rather run into a person like Bangam Smurf because that man's speaking real game. And I know real shit when I see it. You know what I mean? You also know fake shit when you see it too, but I like Bagam Small. That was and that would encourage me to came and do the thing with you too. When I seen him on it, you know what I mean? I know you just building up and it's always good to give people shots. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. You know what I mean? Ain't you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I'm like, oh, I'm Dread, the bodyguard. Like nah. It's always good. Like your blessings gonna come, man. God gonna bless you. He gonna respect you. You know what I mean? But man, live clean, man. Show up. You know what I mean? Love God and live. You know what I mean? Hate God and die. You know what I mean? And whatever you're doing, believe in what you're doing and just keep doing it. Don't let nobody, a lot of people gonna discourage you because they have broken dreams or they didn't live their dreams. So they're gonna tell you you can't live your dreams. So Look at me. I came from the U.S. Virgin Islands into the world of competition and became, you know what I mean, a strong force in the bodyguarding game. That's one of the most dangerous jobs right now, protecting rappers. I just saying, you know what I mean? But I had my time with it. For the right client, I will lock in the right numbers. But if not, I'm stepping, you know what I mean? Maybe 5 years from now, I have my own company upstanding, running five-star shit, or I might just graduate and go into something different. Because you never stop learning. You know what I mean? Yeah, I might go dedicate my time to something else. You know what I mean? I already did it. I got shot. There's nothing else to do in the bodyguarding world. I'm not dying for a rapper. You know what I mean? I'm not
Man,
dying for
I told you,
nothing.
feel you on that. I wouldn't have died for a rapper either, man.
Yeah, nah. You know what I mean? And imagine if I died that night in the club. They probably to go tell my people some shit like, oh, you know how Dread is. He got in something, somebody shit. You know what I mean? I'm just saying this is shit they do with people. Just sweep you under the rug or make a song about you. Make money off of you. You know what I mean? But man, bro. You know what I mean? It was nice speaking to you. You know what I mean? It's interesting. You're from Dorchester. You know what I mean? I used to stop and shout out Boston, bro. Not like I tell you, now become my kid's mom. She gave me three daughters though. You know what I mean? But I had a good experience in Boston. And it's vicious though. People think Boston is
Yeah, they
soft.
think it
Boston is
sounds
not.
sweet, man. Yeah,
Nah,
man.
Boston
Like,
ain't soft. And
yeah,
and
they get
everybody
busy
used to
out
be
there,
like, be
man.
careful, be
They ain't
careful.
scared
I
to.
used to tell them
They
like,
ain't scared to
yo,
get the dumping.
bro, I used to be like, who? I know about this shit up here. Were they selling in Boston, bro? I'm just saying, I'm used to it. I understand it. And people always tell me, be careful. Be like, man, you stayed with that shit. I know what's up in Boston, you know what I mean? But if you respect people, people gonna respect you. Respect goes a long way, yo. Ain't always that, ain't always all of that, bro. Simple, good afternoon, good morning, how you doing? Respect, bless. Simple things like that. And that's what people respected me for. It wasn't even, and people probably watching these interviews and freaking out like, damn, I met Dread. I never knew he was a bodyguard or he experienced this shit because I don't be out here broadcasting this shit. You know what I mean? If you happen to find out, that's cool. But I don't go around selling myself like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm chill. You know what I mean? I'm chill. I
Yeah,
respect people. I
you
love
definitely
people.
got good vibes, man. That's why I love my islanders, man. They so down to earth, man. Word is
Yeah.
born. Know what I mean?
Yeah, man, for sure. For sure,
Um,
dog.
yo, thank you so much. Yo, brother, keep in touch. I got your number. Keep in
Yeah.
touch. We gotta definitely build. Know what I mean?
Hey man, you link up anytime I'm in Jersey, you link up and you know what I mean, sit and do a face to face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all good. You got my line, or even if
Mm-hmm.
I'm in your city with a client, you know what I mean, you can link up. It's all
Oh,
good.
most
And
definitely.
you see you into the same business too? Security
Yeah,
and
yeah.
okay, okay, so I get your
So we're
number.
definitely gonna build. We
You
definitely gonna
conceal?
build.
You conceal?
Yeah, conceal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Carry permit and all that. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I get it now.
I
You know what I
met
mean?
some dudes one time in New York, but I broke my phone, because I didn't believe in cases, but I learned the hard way. But they gave me some paperwork to sign. But we chop about that offline. But it enables you to carry a firearm to New York, but something you gotta register with in New York, and you get some type of permit or some shit. But I'll tap in with you, another time, and we talk
Oh
about
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
definitely, yeah. We're definitely
I
we gonna
mean,
build on that.
because sometimes I have a lot of people come to New York, but I don't like New York. I'm not gonna call a rapper name, but I done been in a bathroom with rappers and they goons, and niggas is pulling out cannons, and I'm like, damn, like niggas will blow you up in this motherfucker, like,
Yeah.
bro, and I'm like,
A lot of times, because I got a little referral company, they might highlight me to get some subcontracting going on in New York because it's hard for people like you that that's able
yeah,
to carry the
yeah,
firearm. They
yeah.
will have a difficult time working out there, so they might highlight me to line that up. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Cause I went in the bathroom, bro, and I see niggas pulling out snug noses and pythons and 4.4s and I'm like, yo, like that's why, like I can't my firearm, but niggas got firearms in the club, like you know what I mean, and they ain't fucking legal, they illegal. So I fuck with New York, but I need my pistol. 'Cause I'm just saying, I'm not taking what you're giving me. I'm sharing back. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's an even trade. You die, I die. That's an even trade. But I want to be the unlucky motherfucker on the ground and you walk away like, nah, that's not. But New York is wild. I fuck with New York though, but I have a lot of clients be like, I want you to come to New York, and I'll be like, nah, I'm cool. Sometimes I go, but I just can't tolerate knowing that niggas got pistols and I don't have one. Is how do you win that? You know what I mean? How do you run into the crowd and then you go fucking viral for running for your life? Like, bro, like
Yeah,
nah.
but you want to be in that kind of predicament, man. I
Hell
mean,
nah, hell nah. Look at that Troy Ave shit. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be in them kind of predicament. Some niggas shooting at me, like, bro, nah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna line you back up. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
respect my boy. You know what I mean? All
Mm-hmm.
is good. When we link
Word,
up again, we do it again.
word, most definitely. And I keep in touch with Bingham too, so we might have to do a collab all together, man. The Island
Yeah,
Boys, man.
man. I
You know,
wear
I'm,
that.
I'm a Zell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, I like the vibes. I listen to me. I like Bangum, but I've been watching Bangum from that Ja Rule beef and shit. Like I tell you,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
be in the islands consuming. So I've been heard about Smurf. Just saying, coming from an island, you know what I mean? And I want niggas to understand, like, but island people, how we consume everything you're doing in America on TV, bro. We in the islands, we watching it, we consuming it. You know what I mean? Sometimes niggas act like I told you. The dudes in the jail, when they got beat up, they went and told the lieutenant of them, and then niggas came to me to say, "Oh, you the head of ABM." I was like, "Yo, that's a movie. That shit had just came out, yo, with beans, yo. You gonna get down, you gonna lay down, and bro, we just wilding, and we told them niggas that shit, bro. But it was wild how they went and told the authorities, and I got locked down for like 60 days for that shit, bro. I mean, we whooped them, but they was like, we're an organization. And we really wasn't now. We was just in like mimicking the movie. You know what I mean? But that shit was wild, bro. But I just want people to know that island people consume everything, bro. We be watching. You know what I mean? So when you meet an island nigga and he Toro, understand why though. You know what I mean? Why he's like how he is, you know what I mean? And Jamaica is wild too. We fight like that down there. Big stone, nigga, take a stone and bust your head open. Somebody take a machete and crack you in your head, bro. Like, is you know what I mean? It's wild like that in the islands. So situations like that shape us. Me being shot 10 times in the islands, yo, that shit shaped me. Being acquitted, you know what I mean? That shit, it shapes you. You know what I mean? But never into that type of vibe where I think I'm untouchable. None of us, oh man, anybody could get touched. We watch stars, we watch drug dealers, we watch mafia bosses, bro. Anybody could get touched. You know, fuck what you got bulletproof or whatever, like, bro, the cleaning lady coming and touch you up, bro, for the right price. You know what I mean? I just saying, bro, like, so we all, nobody's unstoppable, but once God is with you, you know what I mean? He hold you down. But sometimes I think pride go to people's head, and they kind of, before downfall, pride comes. You know what I mean? So when you see people boasting and talking crazy, I don't like shit like that. When people boasting, I'll be like, hey,
yeah,
yo, chill out, bro. When you keep blah, 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 bro, I'm going to move away from you because you're heading down the path of destruction.
yeah. And
You
then
know
and
what I
that's
mean?
that's like 100% factual, man. Like pride is
Yeah,
something you
man.
want to avoid having. I mean,
Yeah, man, for sure. For sure, doggy.
all
But we
right,
going to link.
we
We
gonna
going to
link
link.
up, man. You got my number. I got your number. We'll stay connected, man.
Yeah, man.
I guess I catch you in the flip, brother. All right.
Yeah,
It
man.
should.
Let me know. Let me know your public link on YouTube.
Oh yeah, most stuff, most stuff.
All right,
So,
bless.
all right, bless up,
Yeah, man. Respect.
respect. Yo, it's your boy Russ. You know what I mean? I'm signing out. Seek wisdom, practice humility, and always remain sucker free. You heard? I'm out. One.